Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I am a
Could you kindly
Christian.
introduce yourself first?
I am a Christian,
Yes.
and I believe the Bible. I am reading the Quran for the second time,
Yes.
and there are many, many things which are very good.
Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy
But
to listen.
there's a lot of things I don't understand about Islam. Now, you accept that Jesus Christ was one of the prophets of God. He raised the dead. He healed every manner of sickness, no matter what. It says in the Bible he did many wonderful things which are not recorded here. So we must wait for the future to see these things. Can you prove to me positively that he was not the Son of God as he claimed? Also, he died at Calvary, according to my faith. He died on the cross. He never survived the cross at all, because the Roman soldiers were far too powerful in Jerusalem
Don't you
to
think
see
it will be
that
advisable
ever
to go
he
one at a time?
survived.
Don't you think it would be advisable to go one at a time? If I
I beg
attend to
pardon,
the
but
first-
I am a little bit deaf, sir.
If I
Can you
attend to
speak
the
up a bit?
first question, which is more fundamental, then we can turn to the second question as well. The first
One by one, question one.
Question.
The first question you have asked is, can I prove to you that Jesus Christ was not literally the Son of God as believed by some Christians?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. So all right, you can wait for a while.
That is
I'll
part
answer
of
this
right.
part of the question. Then I'll ask you to put the second part of the question again to me.
Whereas
Can you
no prophet
can you come and
before has
sit
ever
closer
done
to me so that you can hear me?
it.
Please, yes. Please sit. I understand you are a bit hard of hearing.
I am, yes.
So you better keep close to me so that you can hear me directly, right? Is it all right, this volume for you?
Thank you.
Good, good. The first question you have asked me is, can I prove to you that Jesus Christ was not literally the Son of God as understood by certain Christians? Right? Now, it is a very interesting question, but it should be asked by me to you, from me to you. The direction of this question is unfortunately wrong. Why? I am going to explain. If something happens unusual, very unusual, it is the person who believes in the unusual thing on whom the onus of proof lies, not on the person who rejects that unusual thing. Like Shakespeare has described the situation in Julius Caesar. He says, if somebody says, I saw horses eating flesh, you don't believe in that just because somebody has made a claim. That is the sense how he is presenting this case. Because for the animals, like horses, it is very unusual to eat flesh. So always the onus of proof lies on those who claim that we saw animals eating flesh, horses eating flesh. They don't ask others, if you don't believe, prove that I am wrong. Obviously, if you believe in some very unusual situation, you must prove it, or you are wrong. That's enough proof. So because in the universe, because in the religious world all over, we don't find any such happening as Allah having a son. So it's so unusual for us to believe that whoever claims he must prove it beyond doubt. And the greater the claim, the greater should also be the evidence. Now, what evidence the Christians have, except for a few statements, about Jesus Christ's miracles which were unusual. Yet the Bible itself tells us that there were other people who showed the same miracles of the same nature. Raising from the dead has also been proved by the Bible to have been effected by others. Miracles of healing has been proved from the Bible to have been effected by others. There were before Jesus Christ a person, Malik Shalom, who was born not only without a father but without a mother, according to the Bible. He had neither mother nor father. So he had a greater right to be called God, if that is the reason why you believe him to be God. If such miracles as are shown by Bible, even if they are taken at the face value, if such miracles are proved beyond doubt to have never been effected by any human being on earth, then of course that case has to be considered for a while. Then we will require a much greater proof of the actually happening of such miracles. And that proof, unfortunately, the Bible cannot establish, because it's only a claim. There is no historical proof whatsoever. The New Testament was collected much later in history.
Okay.
The very first mention of Jesus Christ in the Roman history is found in year 34 after death. Previously, no Roman annals even mentioned the existence of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. So, anything which might have happened during the World War II, which was not recorded, which was not related by people living before you, even if I tell you that this thing happened to Hitler or in Hitler's time, would you believe me?
Possibly so. I'm a simple man.
Yes, only simple men will believe me, not clever men. That is my answer. Most unfortunately. It takes a very simple man to believe in such a thing. Otherwise, the question is asked, it has to be asked. You have a right to ask me, at least that you will give me. If I tell you that Hitler did that and that and that and that to somebody, you say, all right, sir, I'll believe you, but you're talking 34 years after. And you must tell me how you came across it, what is the proof, who saw it, who witnessed this. And this is about ordinary things. But if I tell you something very unusual, that Hitler used to take dust into his hand and turn it into gold, then greater should be your objection to this.
I wouldn't believe that.
You would believe actually, yes. See? So for such an unusual thing to happen...
I believe he took gold.
See? Such unusual things to happen with no documentary proof, with no historical proof, only a claim to go, and that too contradictory. And that claim is not distinctive claim. It includes human beings into the same list of people who can bring about such miracles. Even non-believers and heathen people, according to Bible, used to bring about, effect such healing as apparently was impossible. So,
why can't we do it today?
Because it never happened before. I tell you why. This is another proof of those so-called facts to be wrong, in literal sense. I'll come to that later. I believe in those, but in a different way. I'll explain why and how. The other proof is that Jesus Christ tells us that you are wondering at what I perform. Don't. Even if you have faith on me equal to a mustard seed, you will be able to perform all these things which I have been performing before you and more. You will call mountains to walk towards you and they will come to you. Is that not written? So you want me to believe in a person in whom, in the entire Christendom, there is not a single person who has faith in him even to the size or weight of his mustard seed. Because he can't perform these things. And yet Jesus could not be wrong. You are wrong in understanding the significance of these things. I believe in Jesus much more than the Christians of today do. And this is my proof. Because they claim he literally performed these things. And they claim that when he said, if you have faith in me, even the smallest, you will also be able to perform these things, and they believe literally.